Old Satan with his evils has taught the world to fear, with sorrows that he brought to all mankind. But in his darkest hour, the Lord was always near. From the Garden of Eden on down through the ages of time, while storms of life were raging, God's servants stood so true. And in the darkest hour, they saw the dawn break through. But when my load gets heavy, it seems I can't go on. Then I remember the darkest hour is just before the dawn. No, on the waters, the waves were rolling high. It looked as if the sun would never shine. But in his darkest moments, he looked across the sky. The clouds began to vanish, then Noah saw the rainbow sign. While storms of life were raging, God's servants stood so true. And in the darkest hour, they saw the dawn break through. But when my load gets heavy, it seems I can't go on. Then I remember the darkest hour is just before the dawn. My father has riches and houses and lands and cattle on thousands of hills. He has those mansions inside the four walls, a city where light ever fills. Its walls are of jasper, the streets are of gold, the gates numbered 3 on each side. And into that city redeemed ones will come, all gates will then be open wide. Heaven, sweet heaven, waiting for me, beautiful home of the soul, of the soul. Beautiful home, home of the soul, home of the sages of old. I live up there on Glory Square, there where the soul never dies. A land of no sadness, of no tear dim eyes. In heaven there'll be no goodbyes. Up there I'll meet Jesus, the Savior of men, whose lifeblood was shed on the tree. And here I'll see Peter, St. James, and Matthew, and many dear friends there will be. My father and mother are waiting for me, just inside that city so fair. My brothers and sisters again I will see, such joy nothing else can compare. Heaven, sweet heaven, waiting for me, beautiful home of the soul, of the soul. Beautiful home, home of the soul, home of the sages of old. I live up there on Glory Square, there where the soul never dies. A land of no sadness, of no tear dim eyes. In heaven there'll be no goodbyes. Heaven, sweet heaven, waiting for me, beautiful home of the soul, of the soul. Beautiful home, home of the soul, home of the sages of old. I live up there on Glory Square, there where the soul never dies. A sadness of no tear dim eyes. In heaven there'll be no goodbye. There's joy in knowing with him I'm going, walking up the King's highway. My load is lighter, my pathway brighter, walking up the King's highway. It's a highway to heaven, none can walk up there but the pure in heart. It's a highway to heaven, I'm walking up the King's highway. If you're not walking, start while I'm talking, walking up the King's highway. You'll find a blessing, you'll be possessing, walking up the King's highway. It's a highway to heaven, none can walk up there but the pure in heart. It's a highway to heaven, I'm walking up the King's highway. There's joy in knowing with him I'm going, walking up the King's highway. My load is lighter, my pathway brighter, walking up the King's highway. It's a highway to heaven, none can walk up there but the pure in heart.